Alright, SuperCoach. 3 weeks until the season starts. Um, just a week and a bit until the community game, preseason game, whatever it's called, starts. Sorry. So doing a little team update. But before I get into the team, I thought it'd be fun to make a league. So I made a Stevie SuperCoach number one league. Not because I'm number one, I am, but just because it's the first of possibly multiple leagues that I will make. So if you want to join, 864505, only 18 slots, so get in quick. I'll put it in the description. But I also made a group. If the league fills up, you want to join a group, compare teams, whatever, 313153. That'll go in the description too. It's got unlimited spots in the group, so join up, boys. Let's compare. uh, okay, onto the team. Uh, so, been a few injuries. Whitfield, Marshall, and Bruce to probably headline them. I had Whitfield and I had Marshall, and honestly, I feel like of all the injuries, even though I didn't have Bruce, I feel like him getting injured was the worst for me because, as far as I was concerned, anyone that had Braden Bruce was someone that I was finishing higher than this season. So that's a bummer, but we have to adapt. Um, so onto the defense, Lloyd and Laird haven't gone anywhere since I've made my first draft of my first team. My first two picked players, and it's gonna stay that way. Lloyd, Seagull, pretty much guaranteed D1. Um, yeah, not much really needs to be said. It takes like pretty much all the kick-ins, scraps it up. Little Seagull. Rory Laird, training with the midfield, playing in the midfield. He was good in the intra club. He's clean. He's calm. Good ball user. Good ball finder. Very good ball finder. Been finding the balls his whole life. Young laddie. And honestly, probably a little bit underpriced at 560k. Uh, I expect him to be around that 110, honestly. So, locked and loaded those two. And then Jaden Short, wasn't that fucking in love with this pick. I'm not that in love with it, but I mean, I think you look at the primo defenders around this price. You're like Shorts, Tom Stewart, Jordan Ridley. I guess those are the three main ones that I would consider. And honestly, I like Stewart and I like Ridley better, but Shorts 20, 30k cheaper, and when you only have 29k in the bank, that ends up being the difference maker. But yeah, I still think Short will be like around the top six defenders. It's a close call between a few blokes. He'll be around the mark. And then Luke McDonald, had him in my first team, traded him up to Whitfield. Whitfield got injured, back down to McDonald. I'm fine with it. I think he'll do really well again this season. Breakout year last year. Put up big numbers the second half of the season. And I expect him to be, again, a top six defender. He's in my list, so got him in. Midfield has stayed the exact same. Fantastic three, still intact. Neil, Steele, and Oliver. I know Neil's dealing with a bit of like, was it a calf issue or something? Having a bit of like an interrupted preseason, but for now, I'm keeping him in the team. I still have faith. Um, I just think I don't think it's anything serious. Like I think he's still playing in the community game or whatever in a week and a bit, and as long as he's playing, he's going to be scoring. That's how I feel. And it'll only take him a few weeks to get over this little injury. Maybe you'll get him in cheaper. You probably will be able to get him in cheaper at some point down the line, but someone at this price who scores this high is going to be hard to get in. Don't expect him to be coming out scoring like 90s and like high 90s and shit like that just because of a little calf soreness. He's still going to put up big numbers, so I'm just chucking him in. Jack Steele, my Brownlow pick. He's an absolute jet, gun, contested beast, very good ball user, tackles, he does it all. And yeah, he's my Brownlow pick for 2021. Get around it. And then Clayton Oliver to round out the final three. I think he's also having a bit of an interrupted preseason, but I mean, same as Neil. Like, I just have the utmost confidence in him, in his ability to just find the ball. Like, that's the thing about blokes like Lockie Neal and Clayton Oliver. They just find the fucking ball, and if you're finding the ball, you're scoring points. So I'm not too worried about him. Jai Simpkin, I think this will be a bit of a breakout. Last year was like a mini breakout. This year's going to be the full Kit Kat, like chunky break out year. He's going to be the main guy at North Melbourne. I reckon definitely the main guy in that midfield. He's going to take that role. I think it wouldn't be that crazy to see him average like 105. So I'm a sim for Simpkin, always have been. Got him in at round 2 last year, so I was very early on him. Probably had like 1% ownership when I brought him in. And he was good until he wasn't. But I'm backing him in. Matt Rao, the golden god. He is, he's just Matt Rao. I mean, you still, am I 100% on him? No. But am I like 98.5% on him? Yes. I just think he's just an insane talent. He's only played 4 games, but man, I can't see him not dominating. He's gonna go into that Gold Coast midfield and just do the same thing, I think. But we'll still wait and see. It's obviously still risk attached. There's obvious risk attached with Matt Rao pick, but I'm taking it on. And Jackson Haley, pretty underpriced. He'll make you 100, 150k, 130k, 120k, whatever. He'll make you at least 100k. He was pretty decent in the intra club. He should play 22 games. He's a good mid-price option, but there's a couple others like around the same price that are also tempting. But I really only want to start with one of them, and it's like Jackson Haley, Dyson Heppel, who's a little bit more expensive, and Tom Green, who's also a little bit more expensive. But right now, Haley's my favourite of the 3. I think Tom Green has like the highest ceiling. His ceiling's insane, Tom Green, I think. But I mean, what's his job security like? Is he going to play 22 games? And we just haven't seen that much from him. We haven't seen that much from Haley, but at least we can have confidence that he's going to play, you know. Even if he has a bad game, he's going to probably play again. Like, so for now, going with Haley, but Tom Green puts up some nice numbers in the preseason. Could tempt me. Could tempt me. Same with Heppel. Not as keen as Heppel. I'm not as keen on Heppel though. Ruck, Gordon Grundy, set and forget, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Pretty much everyone's gone with this now that Bruce is injured, I think. So yeah, and Matty Flynn, apparently the main guy, the main rocket. Is it even Matthew? Yeah, it is Matthew M. Flynn at GWS now. So got him on the bench there, make some money. Put Trekkie in the forward line for that little loophole. Good stuff. Oh, speaking of the forward line, man. This forward line, bro. Marshall going down. Last video I had Dangerfield. Didn't have Dunkley. I had Dangerfield, Marshall. But I needed the cash, so I went down to Dunkley. And he's our one and only forward primo. The forward line's just fucked. Dunkley is pretty much guaranteed to finish top 6 as a forward, I think. But with that being said, I still don't love it. Like, there's not that much competition, you know, in the forward line. I think he's the best of what I can afford, kind of thing. If I had a like 40k extra in the bank, I would be going Patrick Dangerfield though, because I'm not really convinced about Dunkley's scoring up forward yet. Like, I think he'll have massive games, but I also think he'll have. I don't know if he'll have massive games actually. I think he'll have good games, like 110s, 120s, whatever. But I also think you probably have these low scoring games where you're just playing a lot of forward time and the ball doesn't find him, and you probably score like a fucking 70 and 60 or some shit. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Don't love it, but if I get the cash somehow, up to danger. But for now, it's the dunks. And then the well, not really rookies, are they? Zeeble, Danaher, Impey, all underpriced. Zeeble's playing that like half back role. Seems to be going pretty well. He's obviously like very underpriced for what he can do. I mean, you look at his seasons, he's averaged 90 in 2019, 85, 89, 95, 87. So he's, averaged 80 for all these years, and then season 2020 was obviously a massive fucking bust. But hopefully going into that half back role, he can score pretty well. Maybe even average 80. Even if he's just like mid 70s or whatever, it's fine. And then Danaher apparently having like an insane preseason, hasn't missed a session, just flying. So yeah, we'll get him in there, 230k, a bit of job security, a bit of ceiling. And then Impey, yeah, he's going really well as well. Did good in the intra club. The Hawthorn had one of the best players out there, so I'm pretty happy with these three: Zeeble, Danaher, and Impey. Um, yeah, all obviously pretty massively underpriced. So maybe not massively, but definitely underpriced. Should all make you some good money. And then the rookies, McRae, yeah, Rowe was good. He kicked like 2 or 3 goals or something in the intra club for the Crows. Should be a lock for round one at this point. It's looking like, so happy about that. And then yeah, just this bloke on the bench. Nothing to say about him. Just H Jones. So that's the team. That's the team. Don't know why I said that twice. Thanks for watching. Join the league in the description. Bye.